Hello, Trooper fans. I'm Jordan McKinney, accompanied by Jacob Barone here for the second game of the night on the Eastwood live stream. It's going to be the Eastwood boys basketball team against the Pebble Hills Spartans here, hosted by Eastwood in the Eastwood Gymnasium.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second game of the night. We have the Eastwood Troopers, who are 6-1 in district and in second place as of now, and the Pebble Hills Spartans, who I believe are 4-2 in district. This is going to be a tough district matchup, Jordan. You know, these two schools never really like each other in any sport, basketball, football, baseball. Always a big rivalry with Pebble Hills. What do you expect from the game as we start tip here?
Definitely a rivalry, as you said, between Eastwood and Pebble Hills and Eastwood and America is probably the two big rivalry games we'll see all year. Pebble Hills wins the tip, and, hopefully we get started out to a good game right here early.
Yes, it's number 10. Has the ball for the Spartans, and number 1 now has the ball. The Spartans looking to get something going against this tough Trooper defense.
And Sapian kicks over to number 10 here for the Spartans.
Nate Salcedo pulls down the rebound for the Troopers there, gives it to Devin Ramirez. Devin looking for Andrew Reyes, number 11. Andrew Reyes with the corner 3 for the shot, and he makes his first shot of the night. Sorry, correction, 2 there, as my colleague Jordan tells me. Almost come up with the steal there too, Andrew Reyes was. Andrew Reyes is a 3-year senior for the Troopers here. Great defensive player, great shooter. How do you expect him to impact the game tonight, Jordan?
He's just another one of those impact seniors we have with him, Dale Carrera, Manny Baeza, and Jace Molden, 2 of which we don't see on the floor starting tonight for whatever reason, but, just our seniors play a big part in this young team.
Yeah, and the Troopers had difficulty last game against the East Lake Falcons, coming up with a close win by 1. And they saw a lot of young players stepping up into big roles as the senior class just wasn't able to get it done. Here tonight, Coach Morales rewarding those young players that stepped up in Mark Hernandez and Nate Salcedo as the Spartans break the press here. And number 10 for the Spartans passing it to number 24, who gets the N1 layup there off the broken press. And we're going to have a one-shot foul opportunity here for the Spartans.
And number 24 there, Nicholas Sapian, we just saw his younger sister absolutely balling on the varsity girls side, and just a great game for her. Possibly the same we'll see from here.
Yeah, and Sapian, I believe he is a junior, so he's had his tenure here for the Spartans, and he's been a big player for them from his freshman year all the way till now. As he goes there 0 for 1 from the line. Now the Troopers bringing up the ball. Devin Ramirez, who had a tough game in the last game against the Falcons, looks to have a good bounce back here as he passes it to Salcedo in the deep post, and now he gets it back for the 3. Just a little bit off there from Ramirez, as Mark Hernandez, a little back tap there from him. Number 1 for the Spartans bringing it up. Number 1 being Dylan Torres. Torres now looking to give it up to Sapian. Sapian now bringing it back to the other side of the court. Sapian looking to drive on Hernandez. Hernandez had a big game defensively against the Falcons. He came up big, and then he made big plays offensively. You know him a little bit more, Jordan, from playing out on JV with him. What do you know that you
obviously get rewarded here with the playing time more, and he's just a hard work, a hard-nosed guy. He's going to put his head down and get through anybody,
Yeah, and we definitely saw that last week. We look to see that here tonight. As you saw earlier, he just got that back tap on number 30, Gael Ochoa. Manny Baeza to bring in the ball for the Troopers, gives it to Devin Ramirez. Manny Baeza is another senior Trooper that just has great hustle. He's very good on the court when it comes towards being the good teammate. He's a great teammate for his teammates. And now he looks to settle in and be that kind of enforcer right now, as the Troopers really don't have so much size that you usually see.
Definitely. He's just one of those good 3-year guys that the Troopers need here. They value him, Andrew Reyes, just guys that they value truly to keep this Trooper team going.
Yeah, and as Mark Hernandez brings in the ball, the Troopers are, down 2 here early in the first. Nothing to really worry about as Nate Salcedo gets it in the corner, passing it to Reyes. Reyes looking for Devin in the corner for the 3, but Devin gives a little hesitation there and pulls it back out. Ramirez now looking for the pick and roll opportunity with Salcedo. Brings it back. Salcedo rolling. Devin looking for Salcedo. Salcedo low post, gets triple teamed down low, and Gael Ochoa with the steal there. Gael Ochoa, of course, being the Pebble Hills star quarterback junior. He had a great year for them in football this year. I've never seen him play basketball before, but he's having a great start here tonight as they look to start something up offensively and giving it to him at the elbow there.
Yeah, and I mean, like we saw there, physicality from him, just playing football, I mean, maybe one of those rare occurrences he's just a pure athlete. We don't know yet, but from what we've seen so far, nothing too special as far as what he shows on the football field.
Yeah, Jordan, and you can see him playing at that center position, and they're doing a great job of stopping Nate Salcedo, who had a dominant year so far as a junior down low in the post. And the Spartans, being very smart, as Andrew Reyes goes for the corner 3 there and just barely misses. But Salcedo able to get the rebound in the deep post, giving it back out to Manny Baez in the corner. Devin Ramirez now on the wing for the 3. Devin Ramirez off again. Devin Ramirez gets his ball back off the tip from Manny Baez. Andrew Reyes looking in the low post for Salcedo. Salcedo getting double teamed almost every single time he gets the ball, and he just barely misses the hook shot there. A rare occasion for him, Jordan.
Definitely, Salcedo, one of those guys, is very rare he's going to miss that close to the rim. Just one of those guys that's going to impose his will down low, just back his way all the way until he gets to the rim.
Yeah, and he just hasn't been able to do that. Every time he's getting that ball on the low post, they're double, triple teaming him, and I think that's the Spartans' game plan, is just not to get bullied inside like other teams have been in this season by the Troopers. The Troopers usually, you don't see such efficiency down low from them. The last couple of years they've been a guard-heavy team, and now they've been really developed in the low post from Nate Salcedo and Marcus Bennett, as they're not able to get anything there offensively. But the Spartans do turn over the ball, and now Manny Baez on a 2-on-1 break, looks for the Euro step, and he misses the Euro step there. But do they call a charge there, Jordan?
Yes, I believe it will be a charge there against Manny Baez. Yes, it will. Number 10 there, Mark Barajas for the Spartans, going to sit up and take the charge. They're down low. Great hustle play by him. Yeah,
that was a really smart play by Mark there. 2-on-1 opportunity. You give up the layup or you foul hard, and instead he said, no, I'm going to take a charge and take the smart play there, as the Spartans now have the ball.
Definitely, and we see now Dale Carrera for the Troopers, finally an impact player checking into the game here.
Yeah, and that's a guy that you need on the floor almost all the time. He had a really big game last week against the Eastlake Falcons. He was able to turn it on in the fourth quarter, something that we haven't really seen from him because Devin Ramirez has been taking the load so much. But that fourth quarter against the Falcons, you saw Dale Carrera with Devin Ramirez struggling. He was able to basically take anybody one-on-one, and he really only went to one side. He went to the left side every single time and just finished with a finger roll. He ended up with, I believe, 9 points in that fourth quarter and the game-winning free throw.
Definitely, I mean, as you said there, Nate down low, just once again getting double, triple team, I have a feeling we're going to see Coach Morales here try to draw something up to draw, the double, triple team, and then possibly be able to get a kick out to, one of our three-point shooters around the perimeter.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Jordan, maybe Coach Morales brings in some more height down low. The Troopers have really gone guard heavy, as Nate Salcedo has it at the high post. Directing traffic here, getting the ball to Dale Carrera. Carrera gets it to Hernandez. Hernandez back down Salcedo, and immediately number 10, Mark Barajas for the Spartans coming over to help trap. And now we will see the Troopers' tallest man down low in the post, number 50, 6'5", Jace Molden coming into the game here. And like you were saying, Jordan, they're actually not going to do the twin towers there. They're going to bring Nate Salcedo out for a little bit more height there.
And if anything, I almost like this play better because now we have Jason Molden and Dale Carrera, and then also Devin Ramirez to force the ball. Maybe a better look here for the Troopers offensively to get something going.
Yeah, and here we have Andrew Reyes in the corner looking for the three, but the Spartans kind of running an energizer man, kind of running and following the ball everywhere at number 32 for the Spartans, as Andrew Reyes now has it in the corner for another three, and he's just off there as Dale Carrera and Jace Molden fighting for a rebound. Mark Hernandez fighting for it, gets it, tries to tip it back out to his teammate, but it's stolen by number 1 for the Spartans, who gives it up to number 10. 10 in the corner for a three, but he misses. Jace Molden there with a tough rebound, giving it to Mark Hernandez, who gives it to Devin Ramirez.
And, just a great offensive effort and defensive effort there for both teams. Spartans able to execute on the open three, though.
Yeah, and the Spartans have done a really good job of containing this Trooper offense. We've seen the Trooper offense struggle in the last couple games. Late in the second half against Franklin in that loss that they had a couple weeks back. And then again last week against the Falcons, I keep bringing that game up because they dealt with such adversity in that game, but they were able to come through with the win. Here we're getting late into the first quarter and still a 4-2 game. It's still anybody's game right now. Just both defenses have been playing excellent so far.
And once again, another impact senior here, Joaquin Gomez checking for the Troopers here. Another three-point shooter, definitely somebody you want to have in the game if it comes down to free throws.
Yeah, and he's definitely the Troopers' knockdown shooter here for them. When he gets hot, and he's a proficient shooter from the corner as Jace Molden gets the ball and gives it up to Devin Ramirez, now looking for the pick and roll. And the Spartans just doing a great job of hedging those pick and rolls, but Jace Molden finds the hole, but just not able to go up strong there, and he's called for the loose ball foul there.
And I want to see a better pass there to Jace Molden, something kind of more towards his chest, have him have the ability to make a better move to go to the rim. That was kind of high, and he didn't have any choice but to go straight up, forcing the block.
Yeah, and even then, even something more of like a lead pass to him where it's over the shoulder and he gets him right next to the rim where he gets that protection from the rim against the defender. As you see a little great defensive stand from number 1 and number 30 from the Troopers, Diego Carrera and Joaquin Gomez, as they do get the turnover off of the Spartan leg.
Definitely, and possibly our first look here at the suffocating Trooper defense that they do have, Diego Carrera, players like him able to utilize this length.
Yeah, and you see him utilize that in that press, in the half-court press, and even down low in the post. He doesn't have necessarily the big body, but he's just so long, and he's so good with his length that he's able to put pin blocks and just steal balls at any point of the game. As Joaquin Gomez getting pressure there on the Spartans guard. The Spartans give it up to number 20 and give it back now to number 23. That would be Lozanzo Shelley. Lozanzo Shelley giving it back to number 10, Bajaras. Bajaras looking to go for an isolation play against Devin Ramirez. The Troopers doing a good job of not letting the Spartans get past them so easily, and that's a block shot.
A monster block there by Jace Molden. Great defensive effort down low to stop that Bay from scoring.
Yeah, Jace not even letting me get a chance to say that the Spartans were able to break the great defense by the Troopers. He was like, no, that's not going to happen for us here tonight.
Definitely. Now a younger group checking in. We have Israel Flores and Marcus Bennett for the Troopers, but still being led by those seniors, Diego Carrera, Jace Molden, and Joaquin Gomez.
Yeah, and Israel Flores and Marcus Bennett. Israel Flores hasn't had such a show-out season, but he's definitely been a great role player for the Troopers as a junior. He's a great defensive player, and he gets things done offensively in transition. But now you see here Marcus Bennett, number 10, who's had a really good season, especially early in non-district play as he makes the layup there off the pass from Jace Molden. During non-district play, they didn't have Jace Molden, so he had to take a big step in playing center for the Troopers, and he did a really good job of holding down the fort for the Troopers as they do foul there.
I believe now we get maybe a more versatile Twin Towers look. If you said before, Bennett normally more versatile than Nate Salceda. He has more of a jump shot, whereas Jace Molden will just dominate completely in the paint.
Yeah, Jace Molden obviously uses his size and physicality that he gets from, football, and he just uses that to his advantage. You see plays from Nate Salcedo where you see his big body, and then he adds such a touch of finesse, as I believe number 20 for the Spartans makes his first free throw. That would be Caleb 4. But back again to the big 3 trio that they have at that 5 position. Nate Salcedo just plays with such finesse down low in the post, and you have Marcus Bennett, who becomes a true flex at the power 4 position, and he can even play the 5 because he plays with such great physicality. As number 20 for the Spartans goes 2 for 2 from the line, and the Spartans tie it up at 6 now towards the end of the first quarter. Sorry. Israel Flores now with the ball, number 24. Looking for a last-second shot opportunity here. We've talked about this a lot, Jordan, is in Texas basketball, we don't have a shot clock violation. So Israel Flores here can hold the ball for about all 24 seconds that he has here, up until whenever he wants to take that shot or give it to somebody to take that shot.
Definitely, and you see that big complaint, as far as big-time teams coming here to play in Texas. You have your big 6A teams like Duncanville. When they play those out-of-town tournaments, that's something Texas teams struggle with, dealing with the shot clock.
And here you have Joaquin Gomez for the corner 3, and he's just off a little bit with lots of pressure in his face. The Spartans doing a good job of not getting too confused or, lack for better words, not letting the spacing of the Troopers hinder their defense there. And the Spartans just kind of throw up a last-second shot there to end the quarter here.
And really quick, we'd love to give a shout-out to DJ Molden, the brother of Jace Molden out there. He is in Chicago, the Great Lakes Naval Station. Thank you for your support, DJ.
Yeah, DJ, thank you for your service, man. Love you. Hope to see you soon. We're going to take a little quarter break with you guys. The score is 6-6, tied here, and we'll join you back in the second quarter.
And we are back now in the second quarter. Spartans with the ball to start out the quarter, and Torres will start for the Spartans here at the top of the key.
Yeah, you know, we thought we had a little bit of technical difficulties with Jordan's mic. Turns out it was my mic, actually, so sorry about that, guys. The Spartans here looking to dish it around the perimeter. Now with the ball, number 1, Dylan Torres, who gives it to number 52, Jail Boast, another star player for the Spartans football team. It's 2 sport athletes out here, Jordan. Something that we do like to see a lot in El Paso, in the city of El Paso, is 2 sport athletes. But what do you see from those kind of guys now?
You know, definitely just a different kind of physicality and size and strength overall. You know, normally they're not the best basketball players when it comes to being good at football, but you know, it's great to see when they're just great dual sport athletes, like you said.
Yeah, and we have there Marcus Bennett down low, getting the ball and just putting it in for an easy layup there. You saw Joaquin Gomez getting blocked on the wing, and we saw the Pebble Hills coach trying to call for a travel, but you know, the ball was tipped, so it's not really a travel there. It's kind of him getting his own rebound. The Spartans here now with Jairo Boast on the wing with the ball, giving it back to number 10, Barajas, guarded by number 5, Daryl Ramirez. Back to Boast, who's guarded by Carrera. Carrera on Boast. Gives it up to number 21. That would be Andy Chavez. Andy Chavez drives, and he's looking for a little hook on the turnaround there, but he misses. Marcus Bennett pulls down the rebound. Gives it up to Daryl Ramirez, who's going to look to start the Troopers offense. Marcus Bennett on the entry pass from Andrew Reyes. We couldn't really see who was out there in the corner due to the Pebble Hills coach. Marcus Bennett again with the quick bucket for the Troopers, and the Troopers starting to get their offense going as the Pebble Hills take a timeout there.
Definitely, and again, just the example of the versatility of Bennett here, just able to score off a tough shot. You know, it's almost fading away from the basket, he's able to throw it up with one hand.
Yeah, just easy money for him there, and we're going to take a quick break with you guys. We'll be back soon. And we're back here out of the timeout. Still early in the second quarter with 6 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. The Troopers took a 4-point lead after being tied at the start of the second. It is 10-6 Troopers. I believe the Spartans will bring in the ball here. You know, early in this game, Jordan, we've seen a lot of great defense from both teams. Not so much star power offense from either team, but the Troopers can definitely get it going at any point in this game. They do have a great ability to get going in the fast break and transition. Do you see that from them a little bit more, is them getting out in transition and just outrunning the Spartans here?
Definitely, something I would like to see here is definitely just more play in transition for both teams, really. And I think that will kill both teams defensively. It'll definitely be a challenge for them to set up there.
Yeah, and we have now here number 20 for the Spartans, who passes it to number 24. A little bit of a wild pass there, number 24. Nicholas Sapien not able to corral the ball, and it does go out of bounds, and it will be Trooper ball here.
And Edward Avila now checking in for the Troopers. Another proficient shooter on this young Trooper team.
And we haven't seen much of Edward Avila in a couple games here, but he's definitely a young guy that is a part of this deep roster for the Troopers that at any point can get a bucket for himself. These young guys have done a great job this year as EJ takes a shot, and he just off to the back iron there. These young guys, Jordan, like I was saying, have done a great job of stepping into roles that not a lot of them you would think they would see as juniors. Last year they had a very senior-heavy team. What do you think about the young guys on this team?
I think it's great, really. Like we said in the girls' game, it's every couple of years now where you just have those young teams after a strong, proficient, senior-led team. The same thing with the last year with Ryan Martinez, George Garcia, and Isaac Mora. I mean, they were sitting on varsity for a few years under heavily strong senior-led teams, making that Sweet 16 run.
Yeah, and Jordan, I think those senior-led teams really paved the way as the Spartans there missed the layup as number 32 for the Spartans. Able to get it will be on the floor call, and I think it will be against the Spartans, number 24, Nicholas Sepien.
It will. They're going to call a loose ball foul there. It seemed like he might have pushed somebody in the back down there trying to fight for the rebound.
Yeah. But back to what you were saying, Jordan, about the senior. Every now and then we get a big senior class, and then it seems like the year after it's a very young, big depth team. How much of an effect do you think those seniors play when leaving the program, setting the example for the players?
Definitely. I mean, on Clockman, Chris here, I mean, he was a proficient senior for an Eastwood Trooper team, just guys like that, just leaders, and they still come back to the program, and, give wisdom to the younger guys. I mean, just something these younger guys definitely need. Yeah,
I definitely remember Chris our freshman year when he and Mitchell Martinez and Brandon Reyes, Andrew Reyes, his older brother, Zero Ramirez, takes another three there, but misses off a back iron. Number 32 for the Spartans, that would be Matthew Brown with the rebound and starting up the transition, but Dylan Torres now has the ball after the pullback from Brown. And the referee's going to call a foul there on, I believe, number 12, Mark Hernandez, for the reach there. But, back to what you were saying about, Chris, a lot of those guys our freshman year, we saw them play, and, you had guys like Brandon Reyes, like I said, Andrew Reyes, his older brother. That they led the Troopers to probably the deepest run that they've had in over 30 years in the Sweet 16 for the Troopers. That kind of sets the pavement for any generation coming up for the Troopers there. As Mark Hernandez takes in with an incredible circus shot there off the fast break.
Definitely an acrobatic finish from one young guy to another. Edward Avila on the great defensive effort there to get the steal and able to force the play for Mark Hernandez to make there.
And number 1, Dylan Torres with the ball, gives it up to number 22, Josh Flores, who gives it to number 21, Chavez. Chavez going back to 32, Brown. Brown with the ball, gives it back to Chavez. Chavez giving it back to, number 22, giving it back to Brown. Brown in the deep low post there, getting double teamed by Bennett and Edward Avila, and able to convert and put down the tough shot there.
And as I'm looking here, it seems like Brown doesn't necessarily have the finesse of a big man down low, but, once again, just an example of that length and overall size, and just athleticism. He was able to just get a great score down below over 2 defenders. Yeah, and definitely playing with a lot of physicality. You see there, he just muscles through, Bennett, who's a very strong low post defender, and being double teamed by Edward Avila, who isn't so much of a slouch himself down there in the post. He can still hold his own as a guard. The Troopers here now have the ball. It's 12-9. Second quarter, 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Darren Ramirez looking to set up some offensive plays for the Troopers. Reyes now with the ball at the top of key. Goes back to Edward Avila. Avila with the three, just short off the rim there. Avila tripped up, loses the ball. Number 1, Torres now has the ball. Picked up by Ramirez. A little bit of a push off there. Torres able to get crafty there and get the bucket in the fast break transition. Great move for Torres there, able to slip past Ramirez there and finish the layup. Yeah, he was able to get physical there in transition and just get a little layup on the right-hand side. Ramirez now has the ball, looking for a little one-on-one play, gives it up to Hernandez. Hernandez looking left, passes it to Andrew in the corner. Andrew with the 3, and he hits. That is what he's 2 for 4 from 3 as of now, Jordan, I believe. That is a big shot for Andrew Reyes right there. Definitely just another example of why he's such a big-time senior for this team, just get them going when they need it. Now the Spartans looking to respond, but they aren't able to off the corner 3. Ramirez comes down with the board, getting up there. Now he's looking for transition. Will he pull it out? Doesn't look like it. Looking for Bennett at the top of the key. Bennett looking for a shot. Bennett at the elbow. Bennett just a little bit flat there, gets off the rim. The Spartans get able to get the rebound. Now up to Dylan Torres. Dylan Torres seems to be the point guard here now that number 10, Barajas, is out. And you'll see that number 11, Andrew Reyes, is on him. Andrew Reyes is probably the best defender on this Trooper team, won't you think? Definitely, and just an unlucky foul right there. I think he got his hand a little inside. The ref's going to call it every time, and Torres definitely able to sell that foul, kind of jumping backwards. Yeah, and just you see the role that Andrew Reyes plays on both sides of the court. He's a true 3-and-D kind of player, but he can even run the offense with how much experience he has in this program. Definitely, and Torres now to step up to take his first shot of the 1-on-1. The Troopers in early foul trouble here, marking it with 9 fouls. And he's not able to convert there, but early foul trouble isn't a good thing for any team.
and we saw that last week, again, bringing up that game, is the Troopers were able to stay alive in that game due to how many fouls they were able to draw. Now it looks like the reverse here. The Spartans are seeming to stay in this game by drawing fouls, but just not converting here at the line as Darren Ramirez passes it to Edward Avila. Avila for three. Avila misses off a back iron. Mark Hernandez is able to get up and get the rebound there. Looking for Ramirez here. Ramirez back to Hernandez. Hernandez on the high wing, passing it to Baez in the corner. Baez back to Hernandez. Troopers looking for something possibly at the high post there from Salcedo. In a 4-1 kind of set, but looks like they're going to set up a play here. Avila now on the wing. Avila to the corner to Ramirez. Ramirez off the cut. Avila to Hernandez backside. Avila here at the wing, and he pops a three, and he's just off again. Not able to find his rhythm here in the second quarter as Dylan Torres is bringing up the ball for the Spartans. Dylan Torres looking for the shot, but instead looking for the pass and ends up turning over the ball there on that kind of wild play from him.
And Nate Salcedo finally gets something down low. A great move on the pump fake there. After Mark Hernandez is stealing, another example of a great guy, young guy here using his length to his advantage, getting a positive outcome here for the Troopers.
Yeah, and Salcedo, again, that kind of finesse player. He's able to get it in the low post, and he doesn't necessarily have to put that ball down because he's just he's so good at just going up off of one step and drawing contact or just putting the basket on the left side or the right side. He's able to do it on both sides of the court for the Troopers. And Salcedo able to convert there on the N1. The Troopers now looking for a full court kind of man defense here as Ramirez picks up number 10, Mark Barajas. Barajas slowing it down, pulling it back out, giving it to number 10, Torres there. Torres looking for the right-handed drive, passing it up to number 22 with the three, and it just rolls out of the basket there for him. We've seen plenty of threes from both teams and not really anybody getting the hot hand so far. Do you think threes will kill either team coming up in this second half?
Definitely. I mean, from how many I've seen taken, you can guess that both teams are obviously pretty proficient from the three-point. But, not many made here. And, I mean, a little under 40 seconds here left in the first half, and the Troopers obviously looking to get this last shot here. Devin Ramirez holding the ball, giving it back and forth to Mark Hernandez.
Yeah, and again, you'll see the Troopers looking for an opportunity to get that last second shot before the quarter ends. Coach Manal is over here in front of us trying to coach his two young guards. They're kind of playing, what's the game we used to play as kids where you keep it away from the guy in the middle, Jordan?
Monkey in the middle there.
There you go. Now you get the ball back to Devin Ramirez. Devin Ramirez looking for a screen from Nate Salcedo. He does get it. Nate Salcedo just going to keep setting picks for him. Devin Ramirez now to Joaquin Chavez in the corner with 3 seconds left. Joaquin just puts up a shot, misses. Hernandez up. Hernandez with the shot, and he gets it to go before the buzzer. That's a big shot for the Troopers to go up 9 at the half.
Definitely an exclamation point there for the Troopers at the half. Great hustle play by Mark Hernandez after the missed shot.
Yeah, you see the shooter trying to get up a last second shot, but Mark Hernandez is able to track the ball there and just put it back in for the Troopers. That will be half for you guys, and we'll be back after the halftime performance from the cheerleaders. Thank you. And welcome back, folks. We are here to start the second half of this varsity boys basketball. We have the Troopers up 20-11, and we're going to start the third quarter here with the Troopers bringing in the ball. Manny Baeza to inbound to Andrew Reyes. Jordan, what are some notes that you saw from the first half there from both teams?
You know, kind of a slow game pace-wise, both sides, you know, trying to get something going down below. Hopefully more of an outside presence from the guards. You know, Devin Ramirez is going to step up. Hopefully we get Mark Hernandez, as we said, one of the younger guys going, and a better shot from Joaquin Gomez, hopefully.
Yeah, we definitely saw the Troopers definitely take it down low a lot. You know, they had their fair share of threes as well. Same with the Spartans. There was a lot of fouls drawn from both teams. As Devin Ramirez looking for the shot there, but he's rejected by number 1, Dylan Torres.
Yeah, and that's going to be Torres' second block of the game. You know, just great defensive effort he's had today.
And he's really just using his athleticism and his length to compete with number 5, Dylan Ramirez, who's been a stout point guard for the Troopers this year.
You know, while Devin Ramirez is probably one of the best sophomores I've seen, at least here from El Paso, we're finally seeing an example of maybe what he faces as facing older opponents most of the time, and Dylan Torres here, a senior.
Yeah, and I mean, he struggled last week, but that was more towards the East Lake defense. Here we actually see our matchup where Devin doesn't have the advantage in terms of athleticism and skill. You know, he's kind of matched up well with Dylan Torres, as Manny Baeza has the ball now, and Andrew Reyes getting at the top of the key. This has been a really great game defensively from both teams here. Who do you see running away with this in this third quarter? Not going to say the full second half, because we've seen where it goes both ways for the second half.
You know, if I'm being completely honest, I don't see anybody pulling away at least too far. You know, the Troopers holding a strong 9-point lead here, but I don't see it getting any more than 10 points, to be honest, until maybe about late in the fourth quarter, if it does.
And Devin Ramirez is again off from 3 there. He hasn't really had anything going for him so far in this game, as Andrew Reyes takes a corner 3 and he drains it. Otherwise, though, Andrew Reyes has been hitting very well from the corner today.
Definitely, you know, finding one of those looks that I wanted where Nate Salceda is getting triple team down low, and he looks outside and it's a wide open guard for 3.
Yeah, that's going to seem to be the key focus there, is if Nate Salceda can get the ball out to his three-point guys when he's getting triple team down there in the low post. Dylan Torres now has the ball at half court for the Spartans, who gives it down to number 30, Gael Ochoa, with a little pass and handoff there, and he just throws it off the side of the backboard out of bounds. Trooper now will get the ball.
You know, not a bad look from Dylan Torres. I would have liked to see maybe look back at Ochoa there at the top half of the key there after getting double teamed, but you know, just again, he was trying to use his athleticism to his advantage.
Yeah, he definitely could have pulled that out, and Ochoa could have definitely have popped out from the elbow there for a better shot, but guys just want to, you know, the true scorers are looking for every shot that they can, as Nate Salcedo down there from the entry pass misses on the low post spin and hook shot. Now number 10, Barajas, has the ball. Barajas up against Devin Ramirez, number 5. Devin Ramirez is for an offensive star that he is. He plays really good defense, and especially in terms of its steals and starting the transitions for the Troopers. Here now, Gael Ochoa looking to go on a little drive against Nate Salcedo. Nate Salcedo not going to let that happen, not going to let him beat him off the edge there. As number 24, Nicholas Sapien with the shot and the miss. But number 20 there, Caleb Floor with the little N1 basket there for the Spartans.
Yeah, nothing we want to see from the Troopers, you know, allowing N1 baskets down low late in this game here. But as you were talking about Ramirez, you know, as you said, works great at both sides of the ball. You know, just a hard worker for such a young guy. You know, just somebody that really drives this team, and he's going to be driving for this team for, you know, the remainder of this year and another 2 years. Yeah,
and he's just done a great job this season, holding down the Troopers as a leader for them. And here he is now going to start up the Trooper offense after the missed free throws from number 20 from the Spartans. You know, what I would like to see more from Ramirez is a little bit more of his aggressiveness to drive in this game. He hasn't really shown that, and he can be really crafty when he gets inside and, you know, attempts to make those layups.
Definitely, but almost seems the Spartans have played so much help defense tonight, you know, he hasn't had the opportunity to use that craftiness, so to speak, you know, get open and really capitalize on any opportunities he's had.
Yeah, and you see there Jace Molden with the miss, but continuing to hustle on with the play, and he's able to slow down the Spartan transition, and now he ends up with the steal there, ripping it out of number 20 for the Spartans. Mark Hernandez with the pass now, but it's stolen by number 10. Number 10, Barajas, looking for a transition on a 4-on-2 opportunity, but it's not going to happen. He's going to have to pull that out, as the Troopers do a great job of getting back in transition for the defense.
And another defensive effort there by Barajas. You know, earlier we saw the charge, and there was a steal once again on a 2-on-1 play.
And again, like we saw in the first, And Jace Molden there with look at that smile on that guy, with a little bit of a tough play from them there with the charge, doing the right thing there and being the great teammate that he is. You see the excitement he gets from that.
And definitely an energizer there for this Trooper defense. Guys like that, Jace Molden, another strong senior, jumping in and take that charge. Definitely something great to see here from the Troopers.
And that shows his high IQ, not trying to go up for the block, but he knows he's in the right position. His feet are already set, and he takes the charge there. And now the Troopers get 2 stops that they needed after, some costly turnovers. And again, Jace Molden on the hustle play there. Darren Ramirez now brings up the ball for the Troopers, looking for Andrew Reyes at the high wing. Reyes getting trapped at the top, and it seems the Spartans are going full blown with this double team kind of defense that they have there, Jordan, as Reyes is now in the corner for the 3 again, and he's just off the front of the rim there. Jace Molden trying to pull that one down, but Dylan Torres beats him to it. Dylan Torres now on the fast break, trying to go 5 against 1 there, and he's able to do it. And again, that same little move, that little shoulder check, and he just rises up over everybody and puts it in for an easy layup.
I think we might get a technical foul here. Okay, he's going to get a delay of game. He kind of hit the ball and then yelled in Andrew Reyes' face after making that layup. We just got an example there of Torres' pure athleticism, but just something you can't do sportsmanship-wise.
Yeah, and not necessarily sportsmanship-wise, but it's just smart basketball there. Obviously you're going to get excited off of a tough layup like that, but it's just the smart thing. You do your little celebration, but you can't hit the ball out of the referee's way. As Devin Ramirez brings up the ball and passes it to Hernandez. Back to Ramirez now for the 3. And again, he's just off from 3 as he airballs, but he's calling for a tip, but the referee's not going to give it to him there.
Yeah, and I honestly don't think he tipped it. Devon's a smarter player than that. I would have expected to see a pump fake and a drive or something there, but as you said, they've kind of shut Devin Ramirez out of this game as much as they can.
Yeah, and now we're seeing that iconic Trooper press. We haven't really seen it so much in this game. Dylan Torres, he's athletic, he's fast, and he's able to kind of break it there. And I believe they're going to get number 12 on the push there. And I agree with that call. That was a little bit of physicality from Torres and Hernandez, and the ref just awards Torres with the foul there.
Definitely, it just sucks to play like that because, Manny Baeza probably was going to force the jump ball there and forcing a turnover here for the Troopers.
Yeah, and it's kind of a bang-bang play there. You can't really say much about that one, as now Dylan Torres is looking to set up the Spartans for offense. Torres kind of directing traffic, trying to get guys out of the elbow, trying to put guys in there. He now gives to and they go back to that same play, and now he's looking for a 3, and he's just off of the back iron. And there's Jace Molden there getting physical with number 30, Gael Ochoa, and he brings down the rebound. Ramirez now with the ball, bringing it up for the Troopers. And he's going to hand it off to Gomez. Gomez getting a little bit of a trap there. And like I said, they kind of keep going back to that quick double team off of passes and handoffs from the Troopers.
Definitely, the Troopers slowly pulling away here, not too fast, thanks to the help of Torres from the Spartans, but Troopers' offense is to get going here, going strong. They now got too many solid looks.
Yeah, and it's kind of going back to the same thing. Is like you said, there wasn't going to be a great pull away, but whoever was able to control the turnover battle in this quarter and get some transition points and some easy buckets would kind of start pulling away. And the Troopers have done that. But it seems like they're settling a little bit too much on the 3-point line here. We've seen a lot of threes to start off this third quarter, and they just haven't been able to convert for themselves.
Definitely just not enough execution here for the Troopers.
You love threes, you love 3-and-D teams. What do you need to see from the Troopers right now to kind of get their spark going in terms of half-court sets?
Just the hard-nosed Trooper basketball we're used to, maybe get a couple pick-and-rolls in there. The traditional offenses, we see a trap trying to get set up here. Marcus Bennett chasing Torres around with Mark Hernandez.
And you see the versatility again of Marcus Bennett. Like you see the hustle from him. He's able to chase Torres around, and then he comes all the way back down to the paint to force that box out and get a little bit of a tip on that rebound there. Gomez now in the corner with the ball. He's looking for Bennett, but he's not able to find Bennett. Now drawing the call, trying to get a front side there on the post, and number 32 Brown just grabbing onto him a little too much.
We're going to see a test here to the Troopers' off-ball movement. The Spartans seem to be sitting in another zone, kind of a 1-2-2 here. I'm not too surprised to see it, but at the same time, a team down by this much. In the third quarter, I expect to see some more aggressive defensive plays.
And you have Gomez there, the shooter for the Troopers, missing off the back iron there. And you're right, you kind of don't really see a team go into a kind of a zone, but they're running this zone so proficiently with the trap that the Troopers haven't been able to get much, as Bennett takes a shot from the top of the key there, and he follows his shot, giving it up to Hernandez. How do you think the Troopers can beat this kind of weird zone that we're seeing from the Spartans here?
Well, it's weird because it seems like they're almost on a soft man. They're picking up their man, will still be able to flip back and forth on the backside help side. Mark Hernandez able to knock down the clutch layup there, giving once again the Troopers another push of momentum, and Coach Peter Morales able to take the full timeout.
Yeah, and that was just a tough shot, and we're going to take a little break with you guys for this full timeout. And we're back out of the timeout here in the third quarter with 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. The score is 25-15 Troopers, up by 10. The Troopers were able to pull away a little bit in this third quarter. Not by much, like my colleague here, Jordan, was saying. The Troopers are bringing back out this iconic press out of the break. Number 23 for the Spartans, that would be Shelley with the ball, giving it up to Torres. Torres looking for the pick and roll with Brown. Brown with a little bit of a push there on Hernandez. No call there. Torres now in the short corner getting trapped. Throws it kind of away to Brown. Brown crosses half court, and now we have a half court violation from the Spartans.
And great pressure there by Jace Mulder. I don't know if I've ever seen Jace move that fast, sprinting all the way down to the half court line to force Brown to go back over to the other side of the court.
Yeah, I think the only time we've ever seen Jace move that fast is when he's got the ball and he's trying to get into the end zone for himself. But other than that, he really isn't trying to move that fast, that big guy of him. But here we have the Troopers bringing in the ball. Mark Hernandez giving it to Devin Ramirez for the inbound. Torres seems to be running that pick and roll pretty well, Jordan, with his athleticism and his speed, but he just seems to be kept getting caught in that short corner there and just can't do much with it as Diego Carrera has the ball. Looking with the pick and roll now with Jace Molden. Jace Molden dishes it back to the other side of the court for Hernandez, but Hernandez just short, and Bennett gets the foul.
Great offensive ball movement there for the Troopers, and as you said, Torres running that pick and roll pretty proficiently. But as we saw with Sapian in the girls' game, maybe he just needs some more help. Even pure athletes like Torres need some help sometimes. He needs somewhere else to kick it.
Yeah, and he really has nowhere to go once he gets stuck in that short corner there, as Bennett misses his first free throw. But back on our side of the court here on the offensive side for the Troopers, you see that pick and roll. The difference in the pick and roll is Diego was able to pull that out and dish it down to Molden, who now Molden has his whole side on the backside wide open. He had the corner, and then he had the wing, and he obviously chose the wing there. And we talked about the amount of threes that the Troopers have been shooting so far. That three, we're okay with because it was just so wide open from Hernandez there. And Bennett not able to convert there. He goes 0 for 2, and Carrera able to get the offensive rebound, but there will be a loose ball foul.
Yeah, and definitely that's probably one of my favorite looks here for this offense. Maybe a pick and roll between Carrera and Jace Molden. They're about the same height, but you have one that is like a versatile guard, and then Jace Molden is just pure strength down below.
Yeah, and Molden and Carrera just running that pick and roll perfectly, to be honest with you. But we'll have an inbound now for the Troopers off of the foul. Number 22, that would be Josh Flores coming in for number 30, Ochoa. They're looking for Carrera on the inbound. De Ramirez ends up to give it to his outlet, Bennett. Bennett giving it back to Hernandez. Hernandez going back to Ramirez. Ramirez calling for a screen, looking for the pick and roll with Molden. Molden going to slip. Nope, he takes it. Ramirez takes it, and he goes for a little floater, and he's just off again. Molden able to get the offensive rebound, but Ramirez gives it back to him, kind of rewarding his big guy there. Just Molden not able to put it in there.
Flores rebound there by Torres.
Yeah. Molden just not being able to finish there, Jordan. We want to see him be a little bit stronger on those takes there. And again, the Spartans not able to get anything off the missed opportunity there, and Molden able to bring down the rebound and give it to Ramirez. Ramirez now giving it to Molden at the top of the key. They're looking for Bennett down low in the low post. He's looking for a little shot, and it just rolls in and out.
And that's something we see often here. The Troopers just not getting anything going, especially Devin Ramirez. The power player here, just nothing going for him at all this entire game, really. And while the Troopers are winning, the way no shots are falling, it feels like we're almost down.
Yeah, and like you said, the way we've been winning, and it's been kind of stagnant. It's still 25-15. There's 45 seconds left in this quarter. Devin Ramirez with 3, and he's just short again. the offense has been a little bit stagnant since the break that we took, and Torres looking to use his speed in the fast break, and he's just cut off there by Hernandez, but he's still able to go up and put it in off the glass there, using his athleticism and his body control there. Ramirez with a little bit of a head shake there, Jordan. You can tell he's getting a little bit frustrated with his offensive performance, looking to set something up.
Definitely, and a player like Devin Ramirez, I don't see him to sit back there and take those shots for too long. You know, he has a high IQ for the game for how young he is. You know, he's going to try and get something working inside if he's not working outside. Yeah,
and you know, as a true scorer that he is, you know, he understands that he can't just stop shooting. He's got to keep shooting, and with this lead, it's okay. He's not hurting his team so much, but he knows when he doesn't have something, he's definitely going to dish it out, and that's just the IQ that he has. Escarreta misses the last second opportunity shot for the Troopers there to end the third quarter. We're still here at 25-17. Spartans cut it down now to, I believe, an 8-point, and we're going to go for a break for the quarter. And we're back here for the start of the fourth quarter. The Troopers are up 25-17 over the Spartans. And, you know, this is a low-scoring game, Jordan. It's been a really good defensive game, but in the last quarter, both teams just weren't able to make shots. Not so much great defense, just not able to make shots there.
Definitely. Let me just see what happens here for the Spartans, really, in this last quarter of play. And, you know, definitely not something they wanted to start the quarter off with. You know, the first possession, a turnover off a travel there from Brown.
Yeah, and you know, you see Brown, and you can definitely tell the guy's an athlete. He's got a great build. He's fast. He's beating everybody, you know, in terms of speed. But that's not somebody that you want taking it on the dribble there. You want to keep it with your main guys here, number one, you know. And he just ends up turning over the ball there. Escarreta takes it on the left side, passing it to Reyes for another three. Reyes just short there off the rim. I can't see who got the rebound there, Jordan. Could you see that?
Salceda there, and he's able to kick it back out where it gets circled around to Escarreta, and he misses again.
Yeah, you can see he got a little bit of pressure in the face there from Torres. Torres looking for the backside cut by number 24, Sapien. Dishes it back out to number 24, who gives it to Brown. Brown gives it back to Sapien. Sapien looking to start something up for the Spartans offense here. Going with a little bit of pick and roll. He ends up taking it at mid-range, and he just in and out there for him. Darren Ramirez on the rebound.
You know, not a bad take there. I mean, not the best of looks. He wasn't completely open, but I mean, a player like that, you know, he's going to take his shot, just unfortunately couldn't execute there.
Yeah, and, you know, like you said, it wasn't a bad shot, but it wasn't the greatest shot that they could have taken there. But there you go again. The Troopers not able to get anything from themselves offensively, and Dylan Torres now had the fast break opportunity with a little pump fake, swings it around. Sapien now has the ball. He takes it right. He's trying to draw a little bit of contact.
And they call the offensive foul on Sapien. I do like that call. Definitely not a defensive call. You know, he kind of tucked his shoulder there trying to get past Carrera.
Yeah, he was getting really physical there with number 1, Carrera, trying to see if he was more of the bigger guy there. But number 24, Sapien, does foul out of this game, and number 52, Jael Bose will come in. But you see, you know, Carrera kind of giving himself like, I didn't foul that guy, but he in turn gets the offensive foul for his team in the turnover. So we'll see what the Troopers can do here offensively off the inbound. Devin Ramirez now with the ball. He's going to bring it up for the Troopers. Slow and controlled here for the Troopers. He's going to start something up here off of the offensive play call. Gives it to Carrera. Carrera looking for the left-handed drive. Going, and he's fouled. And the ref's going to drop it for the N1 opportunity. And we saw that a lot in last week's game against the Falcon. Carrera just beating his defender one-on-one to the left side and just using his length at the rim to finish.
Definitely. I mean, Carrera, he's the height of most bigs here in El Paso, at least, and he just has the ability of a guard, and it's just great to see. He's able to beat his defender there, and as we said before, maybe his strength would adhere him if anything, but his pure length is able to get him to get that basket there.
Yeah, and he's able to convert there on the N1 there, Jordan. And like you're saying, his length is just such a great strength for him. As the Troopers come out here in a press against the Spartans, and they're looking to double team number 1. Torres. Brown not able to find anyone. He finds number 10, Barajas. Barajas to bring up the ball on number 5, Darren Ramirez. Darren Ramirez showing that clamp of a defense there, and he has to give it up to Dylan Torres. Dylan Torres looking to start something up for the Troopers. They're going to go with a pick and roll with Ochoa. And again, going into that short corner and not finding anything. Now he pulls it out. Looking again on the baseline drive. He's going up, and he just overshoots it there on the air ball. But number 20 for the Spartans, Caleb Four with the rebound and the putback. Back to what you were saying about Carrera, Jordan, is his length is such a big advantage in this game, especially because he outsizes so many other defenders. What I like about him is his style of play. He does such a good job of just keeping his own pace. He moves not awkwardly, but it is awkward to a defender. But just watch the way he dribbles, watch the way he just moves, and just so fluid with himself.
Definitely, we see the Spartans here running a weird kind of high zone man, and finally Torres able to jump the pass. He's been trying to get that all night. He goes up, and Ramirez able to block it. Great play by Ramirez. And Carrera able to contest a second layup, and the Troopers finally able to come down with a great defensive effort there by the Troopers.
Yeah, and you just see the Troopers hustle on the defensive side and the defensive boards. Carrera now has a fast break opportunity. Almost got trapped there in the corner. They're trying to trap almost everybody that gets the ball.
Definitely, and Torres looking a little winded here. As we said, he didn't have too much help. Hopefully on this defensive side of the ball for the Spartans, he can get more help here.
Yeah, he's looking very sluggish, and you look for the lob there from Carrera, again using his height to the advantage. And he's able to draw the foul there, not able to make the shot, but now he has 2 shots to make 2 points.
Definitely, and a great look there from Ramirez, almost getting it to Carrera there. A great move by him to use his length, like you said.
Yeah, and we've seen that play from the Troopers going back all the way to last year, with number 1, Ryan Martinez from last year's group. And he would flush that down most of the time. Here now you can kind of see where Diego has that opportunity, but if not, he's still going to get an opportunity to make points if he's fouled or if he just makes the layup there.
And we're going to have a full timeout taken here by the Pebble Hills coach right here in the middle of the 2 shots for Diego Carrera.
We'll be taking a break with you all, folks, and we'll be back after the full timeout. And we're back out of the timeout for the Troopers, and Diego Carrera up here for his second shot at the line. The Troopers lead 29-19, still holding that 10-point lead here in the mid-4th quarter. We have about 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining, and we'll see if Diego can convert the 2 for 2 here.
So, who's 52 is 52, 32.
And Carrera there able to convert at the line. Number 52, Jello Bose with the ball, passes it to Ochoa, number 30. They have a little bit of a connection going back to the football season, star receiver, star quarterback, but they end up giving it back to Torres. Torres now has the ball guarded by number 11, Andrew Reyes. Torres looking again for that pick and roll opportunity, this time on the left side, but now he's stuck by Carrera. Brown now has the ball at the wing. Jello Bose passed out the corner. Bose looking for a little fade there, and he's not able to get it.
Not a great shot taken by Bose, but I mean, the Spartans are trying to get something, almost anything here to get going, to try and come back.
Yeah, and you can kind of see that the players are trying to take it into their own hands. Bose there, he's trying to use his athleticism just to rise up over the defenders, but he's not able to finish there.
Definitely, and a tip ball there from Brown, he was trying to get past Chase Molden, almost a foul call there. He kind of wrapped him trying to get past him.
Yeah, and you just see the composure that the Troopers have right now. You know, they're up 11. They have 4 minutes remaining in this game, and they're just keeping things very calm for themselves, trying to look for good looks and just not turn over the ball so much. And that was a risky pass there from Ramirez to Hernandez. But again, the Spartans are coming out with this double team kind of trap, and Molden not able to put it in there from the mid post.
And once again, Jace Molden, you know, just a force down below. There's almost nothing they can do to stop him at this point. Once he gets going, he's going, and he's not stopping.
Yeah, it just seems like every time Jace Molden takes a shot, Jordan, he's going to have another 2 shots if he misses, because he just follows the ball so well when he shoots. Molden misses the first of 2 at the free throw line. Number 22, Josh Flores for the Spartans to check in for number 52, Jael Boast. Jace Molden here at the line for his second shot. Molden able to go 1 for 2 from the line here. Troopers back into the press here against the Spartans. Number 22, Flores has the ball, and he's going to get called for the carry there. He just loses control of his dribble. Jordan, with how the Spartans are running this 2-1-2 kind of box look at the half-court set, do you really think that this defense is working well for the Spartans? I don't think so, considering how much of the lead they have. And it's just they haven't been able to get much turnovers off of it.
You know, I'm not sure. I mean, it seems like they're exerting a lot of energy and there's a lot of risk reward. You know, they're leaving a lot of people open. I mean, they're trying to use up pure athletes, like you said. I mean, in Torres and Ochoa. But I mean, just like that. I mean, they're trying to double team and they get tired and end up leaving the paint wide open for guys like Ramirez to execute on.
Yeah, and you just see Ramirez's craftiness. You know, he's able to go by 3 or 4 defenders on the perimeter and then just takes it in for the floater there. Torres hits a big shot from the wing there off the pull-up jumper at 3.
And he's finally able to get that shot going. You know, he's been trying to get that pick and roll jumper all night, and he's finally able to hit it, bringing the Troopers' lead down to 11 once again.
Yeah, and we're going to have a 30-second timeout here. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back with you guys. The Troopers are up 33-22 with 3 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. And we're back from the little 30-second timeout that we took. The Troopers are to inbound the ball, and we're seeing a full court press now from the Spartans. You can expect a bit of a trap here once they get about to half court. They're just looking to follow the ball around.
And a risky pass once again, and does get tipped by Ochoa over to Brown. He's able to get the turnover. Joaquin Gomez trying to force a turnover once again, but it will be out of bounds on him. Spartan ball as Jace Molden checks back in here for the Troopers. Yeah,
and you just see the smart play by Joaquin Gomez there just to stay in front of the offensive player there, and he ends up stopping the transition there from the Spartans, and now you have a half-court set play. Torres will inbound. Torres is guarded by Reyes. Reyes has done a really good job so far in guarding Torres. He's been beat, but he hasn't allowed points. You know, it's a bend, don't break kind of defense from Reyes so far, and he's doing a great job at it. Torres now back with the ball. He's going to look for that pick-and-roll chance from Brown. He's Diego looking for the sit. Torres brings it back, looking for the floater. And he's able just to drop it in over the top of Jace Molden there. That was a great shot selection from Torres.
Definitely a crafty finish there and just a high IQ play. You know, able to fake Diego Carrera off the pick and roll.
And again, like going back to what you were talking about the matchup, Torres has kind of been doing it all for the Spartans, and Ramirez not having to do so much for the Troop. But you kind of see the similarities between the two in terms of their craftiness inside and their shot selection.
And the Spartans do force a turnover there on the Troopers. Number 22, Josh Flores, is able to come out with it for the Spartans.
Torres again looking for that three-point shot, asking for a foul, feeling that he got hit on the arm there, but he's just not able to convert there. Carrera with the rebound, looking for Ramirez. Ramirez gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Molden. Molden probably just going to hold this ball. We're now almost into the 2 minutes of the fourth quarter with the Trooper with a 9-point lead here, and they're just moving the ball around. There's some great ball movement, Jordan, from the Troopers. Molden now at the elbow, giving it back to Carrera at the high wing, going back to Molden at the elbow. Hernandez backdoor.
Definitely, like you said, just an advanced game of keep away here, 5-on-5, just moving the ball. Great movement here from the Troopers, able to draw the foul. And they are in the double bonus here, so Jason Molden's going to get in his 2 shots. Definitely something the Spartans didn't need. The foul count was really unbalanced here. The Spartans have 10 fouls here late in the 4th to the Troopers 3.
Yeah, and like you say, the Troopers, they've been doing a great job this quarter of not fouling the Spartans, in unnecessary fouls. As number 10, Mark Barajas, checks in for number 22, Josh Flores. Jace Molden goes 0 for 1 from the line so far. Here's his second shot. But like you're saying, the Troopers have done a good job of staying off of the foul trouble, unlike the Spartans.
Yeah, and Jason Molden here with the second free throw. Lucky we're not in a closer game here. Jason Molden going not too high in percentages for the night. Devin Ramirez, great defensive effort there. He's able to tip the ball from Barajas and steal it and get it over Carrera.
And there Ramirez again with the active hands in the press. The Troopers just, trying to suffocate the Spartans so far as Hernandez throws the ball away and a kind of tip pass from Torres. Torres looking for the fast break. Torres pulls it back out. Torres now again guarded by Reyes, looking for the pick and roll with Brown. Carrera hedges. Carrera traps. Carrera pass court pass, and Molden tips it. Kind of stays in front of the defender, playing both sides, and he's able to contest the shot there. But a foul's called.
Some good defense there from Jace Molden. He was kind of 2-on-1 the entire time there. Four and Ochoa trying to take advantage of that, not able to execute, but they will call the foul on Mark Hernandez there. He kind of reached down on Ochoa as the ball was brought down.
Yeah, and we'll have an inbound from the Spartans.
12.
But you're right, Molden's kind of playing a 2-man there, having to guard 2 guys, and he just did a good job, and he was able to contest almost every single shot. Just unfortunate for the foul there. Number 10 now has the ball for the Spartans, looking for the ISO on Ramirez, and Ramirez is just not going to get bodied there on the wing.
And the Spartans trying to do anything they can do to get the ball to Torres, and they're going to call the foul on Andrew Reyes, an off-ball foul. He's kind of holding Torres there. They're just trying anything to get the ball to him to get their offense going here.
Yeah, and I mean, that was kind of a ticky-tack foul there from the referee. Both guys are trying to fight for position there, and both guys are kind of fighting with their arms, and it was just a ticky-tack. As you have the tip from Jace Molden there. Torres able to retain possession against Reyes. Ochoa sets the screen. Torres looking for a shot, drives, looking for baseline. And Molden able to get the turnover, almost falling down there, but gets the ball out to Ramirez. Dale Carrera now on the fast break, and he's able to finish nice and easily on the left side with that left-handed lay from the nice pass from Ramirez. The Troopers are now up 36-24 with 41 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Just great display of athleticism and, just hustle there for Jace Molden, fighting hard to get loose balls and, kind of eliminating any kind of big play that the Spartans could have had any hopes for.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the tale of the tape is, the Troop haven't had a big runaway game, but they definitely dominated this game on the defensive side where they stop the Spartans after a big play and they just kind of get back into their groove, the score tells the tale. It's 36-24, and the Troopers have held this 10-point lead for most of the second half.
Definitely, 16 seconds left. I'm kind of surprised to see the foul here. I know played to the final buzzer, but it is late here in the game with a big lead. We will see Devin Ramirez go to the line for his double bonus shots.
Yeah, you would definitely need a 9-point turnover or a 10-point turnover in 16 seconds, which is very rare that you hardly see at even the best levels of the sport.
And once again, just another example of kind of the low free throw shooting percentage we've had for the Troopers here tonight, as Devin Ramirez misses the first, but he will take the second.
And Ramirez able to convert on the 1 for 2 there. Torres now has the ball and he's bringing it up fast with 13 seconds left, looking for a quick shot. Number 10, Mark Barajas, misses the 3 in the corner. Torres get the rebound. And the referees call the foul on the little shot from Torres there.
And obviously not something the Troopers want from Diego late in the game, really. 7 seconds left, no reason to jump there. You know exactly what Torres is trying to do. Big lead, no, not necessary really for a jump and contest there.
Yeah, and those fouls stop the clock. So you see where the Spartans are trying to go with those fouls as Torres misses his first shot. But you really don't need that from Carrera. And again, that's twice in 2 games that Carrera has a late foul in a late game situation for jumping with the shooter. At 6'5", he's got to use his length to just stay down, especially in these late game situations.
Definitely, as Torres knocks down the second free throw there. You see the Troopers, Devin Amir is able to get it past half court and kind of dribble it out. And it's a good win here for the Troopers, kind of slow game, good defensive game overall, and, just not great execution on either side of the ball for the Spartans.
Yeah, the Troopers just get a good win here at home. Just dominating performance in the second half, able to pull away and keep that 10-point lead. Just a great game from both teams, and that'll be it from us. Jacob Baron signing off, and my co-host Jordan McKinney. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll see you soon.